Hi there, my name is Dan, and welcome back to All One, the United Anatomy of Being. We are starting to, again, assemble puzzle pieces. We're not really putting them together yet, but we will be shortly. So this is episode 12, called The Big Bang, which is probably very familiar to most of you, but again, an important piece of the puzzle toward understanding the singularity, unity, and source of all being. So as already demonstrated, humans can and have come to perceive or comprehend some things in existence as following a fully circular model of motion. We can observe the circular movement of our breath or the cyclical movement of the seasons. We can observe and understand the movement of small things like atoms and molecules, even though we can't, most of us don't or can't see them, we accept that they exist. And we can also understand and observe large things like the celestial bodies and the revolution of the moon or the rotation and revolution of the earth. They all follow this constantly moving, balanced, circular, and cyclical model of existence. But there are also systems or portions of existence where we can't observe or clearly perceive anything before an observable or obviously inferred beginning, or after an observable or obviously inferred end. There are systems where it is impossible to mentally know anything before a beginning or after an end, and therefore, once again, it is much easier to conceptualize the model of existence in these circumstances as the arcing motion, or the top portion or top half of this circular system. However, physical systems or physical systems within physical systems, from the smallest atomic things to the largest things in the physical universe, all follow a circular and cyclical model of existence and motion that looks like this. So, let's explore the biggest thing on the physical level of existence that there is, the entire universe, as well as an important function of the mind in the next episode, which is another important puzzle piece as we build to a more complete and fuller model of existence and work towards this understanding of the full anatomy of being. There are a lot of unknowns or seemingly unanswerable questions about the whole entire universe because we are so small and so young in comparison that it is impossible to have experienced and extremely difficult to even perceive the beginning of it or much of its uncertain journey. And as it is extremely far from its end, it will be impossible for humans to ever directly experience the end of it. But of course, there is a lot about the universe that humans do know through observation, contemplation, and scientific study. So while we can't see and will not be able to see the end of the universe or infer it with any certainty, just from observations of what we do know about it, we can observe its current movement or motion, the movement and motion of all sorts of smaller parts of it, and therefore a fair amount of what the beginning was like. Early humans, many early tribes, early cultures and civilizations have all put forth ideas, beliefs, stories, and mythologies to describe the universe, or at least have some mental comprehension of it. And metaphorically, some of these stories or mythologies have very strong merit. Particularly as the further back in time, the less developed the mind was, and thus the more the heart level or feeling was accessed for understanding. Over the millenniums and centuries, modern human philosophers and mystics have also put forth ideas to describe it, or at least to have some comprehension of it using the tools of accumulating knowledge and the developing mind. But recent science, in just the past century or so, has put forth a formal theory upon which most of the scientific community agrees because of the observations and understanding of many other discovered truths on this physical level of existence. And this generally accepted theory on the beginning of the universe, as you well know, is the Big Bang. Again, most scientists, or at least a large majority of the scientific community, are now in universal agreement regarding the Big Bang theory as the beginning of our universe, despite varying and continually changing opinions on the details of it, or some fine details of it. But the agreement is based on what can be observed of the past, the observable recent trajectories and motion of the universe, and what they know about smaller systems in it and how they move, change, and exist, of which there is certainty. So the original theory of the Big Bang is that everything that exists, either physically or energetically, in the physical universe, came from one singular event in which an incredibly dense and incredibly high energy source exploded outward into being and into the growing and still expanding universe as it exists right now. So basically, this accepted theory of the beginning of the physical universe and its current existence looks like this, noting that it is three-dimensional in reality versus this two-dimensional depiction. And while everything else in the physical universe moves and exists in a circular motion or circular pattern like this. So the commonly accepted Big Bang theory regarding the beginning of our physical universe is that it exploded out in all directions from a source or center with an energetic force that still has the universe expanding after an estimated 13 to 14 billion years. But the model of existence and motion of the entire physical universe is not different from the model of existence and motion for anything else that physically exists in it. So a simple two-dimensional model of the physical universe's existence from beginning to an uncertain journey to an end, despite the certainty that no human will ever be capable of directly experiencing it, which also means it's likely unprovable, is once again the arcing journey with a beginning, an uncertain journey that arcs, rises to an apex, falls, and comes to a dissolution or an end. However, the complete full picture is also this circular pattern and this circular motion, circular model. This is not new information. Some humans thousands of years ago understood and accepted this. There are old mythologies, again, that metaphysically and metaphorically tell a similar story. And there are plenty of modern scientists and scientific theories that postulate this. The problem for the modern mind-dominated human, both individually, generally, and collectively, is that we want it proven before it can be accepted. However, an understanding of the beginning of our universe, despite beliefs or theories on its future, is very important for better understanding this bottom or inverted arc of existence and a more complete picture of full existence. But to better understand the big picture or the whole story of being, we need another puzzle piece and an initial exploration into an important function of the mind or the nature of the mind. So let's explore a simple truth of the mind and the mind level in the next episode called The Separating Mind. I thank you for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode.